77. Reveal thy power, lay bare thy spirit's force. The great voice, surging, cried to Savitri. Because thou knowest the wisdom that transcends both veil of forms and the contempt of forms, arise, delivered by the seeing gods. Mighty art thou, with the dread goddess filled, to whom thou criedst at dawn in the dim woods. Use not thy strength like the wild Titan souls. Touch not the seated lines, the ancient laws. Respect the calm of great established things. But Savitri replied to the huge god, "What is the calm thou vaunt'st, O law, O death? Vain the soul's hope if changeless law is all. I claim from time my will's eternity, God from his moments." Death replied to her, "Why should the noble and immortal will stoop to the petty works of transient earth? Child, hast thou trodden the gods beneath thy feet, only to win poor shreds of earthly life? Are thy arms sweeter than the courts of God?" She answered, "Straight I trample on the road the strong hand hewed for me, which planned our paths. I run where his sweet, dreadful voice commands, and I am driven by the reins of God. What liberty has the soul which feels not free, unless stripped bare and cannot kiss the bonds the lover winds around his playmate's limbs, choosing his tyranny, crushed in his embrace? To seize him better with her boundless heart, she accepts the limiting circle of his arms, bows full of bliss beneath his mastering hands, and laughs in his rich constraints, most bound, most free. This is my answer to thy lures, O death. Immutable, death's denial met her cry. However mighty, whatever thy secret name, uttered in hidden conclaves of the gods, thy heart's ephemeral passion cannot break the iron rampart of accomplished things. All things hang here between God's yes and no, two powers real, but to each other untrue, two consort stars in the mooned night of mind, that towards two opposite horizons gaze. The white head and black tail of the mystic drake, the swift and the lame foot, wing strong, wing broken, sustaining the body of the uncertain world. A great surreal dragon in the skies. Eternal truth lives not with mortal men. Or, if she dwells not within thy mortal heart, show me the body of the living truth, or draw for me the outline of her face. that I too may obey and worship her. Then will I give thee back thy Satyavan. But here are only facts and steel-bound law. This truth I know, that Satyavan is dead, and even thy sweetness cannot lure him back. Leave then thy dead, O Savitri, and live. The woman answered to the mighty shade, and as she spoke, mortality disappeared. Her goddess self grew visible in her eyes. Light came, a dream of heaven, into her face. O death, thou too art God, and yet not he, but only his black shadow on his path. As leaving night, he takes the upward way and drags with him its clinging, inconscient force. A truth supreme has forced the world to be. It has wrapped itself in matter as in a shroud of death, a shroud of ignorance. It compelled the suns to burn through silent space. The word, a mighty and inspiring voice, enters truth's inmost cabin of privacy and tears away the veil from God and life. There is the truth, of which the world's truths are shreds, the light of which the world's ignorance is the shade, till truth draws back the shade that it has cast. The love of our hearts call down to heal all strife, the bliss for which the world's derelict sorrows yearn. Thence comes the glory sometimes seen on earth, the visits of Godhead to the human soul, the beauty and the dream on nature's face. O death, if thou couldst touch the truth supreme, thou wouldst grow suddenly wise and cease to be. If our souls could see and love and clasp God's truth, its infinite radiance would seize our hearts, our being in God's image be remade, and earthly life become the life divine. Then death, the last time, answered Savitri. If truth supreme transcends her shadow here, severed by knowledge and the climbing vasts, what bridge can cross the gulf that she has left between her and the dream world she has made? Is thine that strength, O beauty of mortal limbs, O soul who flutterest to escape my net? Who then art thou, hiding in human guise? Thy voice carries the sound of infinity. Knowledge is with thee. Truth speaks through thy words. The light of things beyond shines in thy eyes. But where is thy strength to conquer time and death? O human claimant to immortality, reveal thy power, lay bare thy spirit's force, then will I give back to thee Satyavan. Or, if the mighty mother is with thee, show me her face, that I may worship her. Let deathless eyes look into the eyes of death, an imperishable force touching brute things, transform earth's death into immortal life. Then can thy dead return to thee and live. The prostrate earth perhaps shall lift her gaze and feel near her the secret body of God, and love and joy overtake fleeing time.